but on Teams, we're going to be utilizing the hand raising feature. Just want to make sure everyone's got that. And we're good. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello.
So yes. Any questions about the hand raising feature? I guess because once I start you doing it, I want to make sure everyone's doing it. That's so. And do we have quorum right now?
Let me take a look at the list again. I think we need one more senator.
All right, all right.
Check my email, make sure nobody's lost.
Oh yeah, I should get Nick. I should get Nick's case too.
We did just switch our platform, so I know that can cause confusion.
Ooh, I think Jonathan. I think that makes quorum, right?
If you're talking about me, I've been here for a little bit. So.
Oh, you have. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh,
Okay, Nick's on. We have quorum.
Awesome. All right. Well, then I will officially call this meeting to order at 4:33 p.m. Hello, everyone. Hello, guests. It's nice to see everyone here today. First week of school. Yippee. That's exciting yet stressful, I bet. But we're hanging in there, and I like to see that. So that's my opening statement, my call to order. Roll call is going to be happening in the background. Marcus VP Rubio will be taking that. So hopefully everybody saw the minutes. I believe that an email was sent out. And I know that there was a little bit of data corruption on the video or footage, but if everyone got a chance to see those or didn't, I'll give it a couple minutes right now. And if we want to make any adjustments or whatnot. I'll give it 2 minutes. 2 minutes on my clock. I will entertain a motion to approve last week's minutes.
Senator Rubio moves to approve.
All right, motion by Rubio. Do I have a second? And looks like seconded by Senator Jones. And before I do this, again, we're using the hand raising feature on Microsoft Teams. It's the easiest way to do this. It's right down at the bottom where you've got the recording on, all that jazz, hang up phone. You just raise your hand. So is there any discussion? All right. All those in favor, please raise your hand now. Cool, cool. All right, you can put them down. And then all those opposed. Any abstentions? You put it down, Nicholas. All right, and it passes. The previous minutes passes. So now if we're going to take a look at the agenda for tonight, if you have that pulled up, and I will give that a couple minutes for everyone to take a look at that and see if they want to add anything or whatnot. And then I'll approve a motion at that time. 2 minutes.
Point of privilege.
Yes, Senator Fisher.
I'm having a difficult time finding the agenda.
Let me put it in the chat link.
I'm working on it already. It's in there.
Oh, beat me to it. All right, 2 minutes starting now. All right, and I will entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda. It looks like Senator Fisher. And do I have a second?
This isn't the motion to approve
Okay.
the agenda. I actually, as part of my point of privilege, still having a difficult time loading the agenda, but I would, assuming that I have it right, make a motion to amend the agenda based on my understanding of the agenda order.
Okay, what do you want to amend exactly?
If I have it right, and I'm still loading the agenda, I would simply move to do the elections first prior to the bills and the other proposals. Simply that my understanding is that the elections are not currently challenged, and it would move the meeting a little bit faster to go through points that may not have the same amount of discussion as some of the other items on the agenda.
Okay, Senator Jones,
Just to address Senator Fisher's point of privilege, the first part at least, I'd actually uploaded the direct Word document to the chat, so you should be able to download it from there a little bit easier if you're still having issues.
Thank you for that. It's technical issues on my end.
thank you, Senator Jones. I appreciate that. Well, I guess should I entertain that motion to where do you want to move the elections up above the special committee in new business, or what exactly?
There wasn't a second.
I know I'm asking what exactly he wants to move it to before I ask if there's a second.
Fair point.
Say that again, Senator Fisher.
Yes, basically moving those elections prior to other business that requires a vote by the Senate.
I know where I'm trying to be specific and say where exactly do you want to move it? Right now, the elections are under new business items under C Do you want to move it, let's say, right where A is under special committee, or where do you exactly want to move it to?
Yeah, yes, President Green, that's correct. If I have it right, it would be to amend it and move the elections as item A, the first thing on new business.
All right. So then we have a motion to move vice president elections from C under new business items to where A is right now, where the special committee and racial equity update and presentation is. We would flip them up, A to C, C to A. Do I have a second on doing that?
I'd like to second that, but Ellie shook her head no, so I'm not too sure if I wanna.
The agenda that I'm looking at has the special committee under old business where it should be, and then new business just has elections in the bill. So you can move the elections to point A under new business, but it's still going to be after old business, which is the racial equity committee.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm curious as to what version. I know that.
I opened all three of them. We'll have the old business is the racial equity discussion.
All right. So then I guess it does not matter right now with Senator Fisher's motion. Is that correct?
You can still move it to A under new business, but it will still be after the racial equity discussion because that's old business.
Okay. Well, Senator Zibel, do you want to still second that?
Yeah, I can second that. Why not?
All right. There's been a second by Senator Zibel. All those in favor, if you would do the hand raising feature now, please. And you can lower the hand raising feature. And all those opposed, do the hand raising feature now. And down if you didn't have it. And any abstentions? And Senator Jones, I don't know if you're abstaining, but it passed. And
it did not pass. You only had 4 for.
All right. Well,
none against, but you didn't have enough votes. So
all right.
It's going to stay as it was.
All right. Well, then, do I have a motion then to approve the agenda still? Senator Jones?
So moved.
All right. Second? Senator Runge?
I second that. Oh.
All right. All those in favor, do the hand raising feature now. All right. You can lower your hand raising feature. And all those opposed, do the hand raising feature. Any abstentions? It passes for the agenda for tonight. All right, moving down. Now we have public comments. We are lucky enough to have Mark Thomas, the new titled Executive VP of Administration and Finance. You have 10 minutes.
I will not take 10 minutes, but thank you. Actually, what you just said, so new title, Executive VP. So for the last 7 years, I've been the Vice President of Administration and Chief Financial Officer. And now after Dr. Spearman, as you know, has left, Dr. Daniels reorganized the cabinet a little bit and gave us different responsibilities, or I should say additional responsibilities in my case, and Tim Casper's case. So if you haven't heard from him in the last couple of weeks, you'll see him soon in his new role as well. So Executive Vice President of Finance Administration and Chief Operating Officer. And basically what that means is I have all the same things that I had before, finance facilities, public safety, events, bookstore, cafeteria, all things that are interesting to you. But now I've also got other things that are interesting to you, childcare, technology services, and athletics. are also in my world. And so any of those questions that you have, I'm available for you. If you want to do it in this format, or at any time, you can feel free to reach out directly to me if you have questions about any of those areas that are my responsibility, or anything else if you want. Just those are the ones I'm supposed to know stuff about. And then help me delegate some of the other duties. Again, I'm keeping all the rest of them, but Lori Gregg was our controller, and so I've delegated that chief financial officer role to her. And Sylvia Ramirez, who I think has come before you before, who I think has come before you before, who's the budget director and associate vice president of administration. She's now the vice president of administration. And so you may be seeing both of them come before you more for things that are delegated to them now. So just putting those two names out there for you, Lori and Sylvia. You may see more of them along with me. A couple other things to update you, and I apologize to Sean earlier because he was at the board meeting last night, but these are important things that are directly related to students in this first week of school and kicking off this fall semester. So a couple updates I wanted to share with you. The feedback that I've gotten so far in the last just 4 days now of the semester is that folks are, by and large, meaning like 99.9% following all of the guidelines that we've put forward for face-to-face instruction. So required to wear a mask, social distancing, things like that, wash your hands. We've not had many issues. We have only had 2 issues that I've been told about. Someone wouldn't socially distance, and public safety addressed that. So for your comfort and safety, please know that if people are not following the protocols, you can say something to someone in a kind way, like, hey, you should have your mask on, or, 6 to 8 feet away. But if you're not comfortable doing that, or if somebody's got like a blatant violation of that, you can call or go to public safety. They are there to help us and keep us all safe and assist us, and they will address it for you. So please, please, please feel comfortable reporting that to public safety. They'll address it with folks. And if it's in the classroom or if it's out in the general public, please let us know. We want to address that. Dr. Daniels has a 0 tolerance for people violating that. So please let us know. We want to keep you as safe as we can. And otherwise, I hear parking's great. That's a joke because obviously not as many people are coming to campus. And so it's at the Truax campus. If you were there last year and you experienced face-to-face in the campus, it's sort of like a summer. For us, Ellie knows what I'm talking about. It feels like summer feels. There's just not a lot of people around except for the bookstore. And this week, first week, the bookstore always has a long line, and now it's a super long line because everybody's 6 feet apart. But they are moving through, and I hope some of you had the good delivery experience or had an opportunity to experience the lockers for book delivery. And I hope you're having a good textbook rental experience, as a lot of folks had last year. I'm interested in some feedback in that, so feel free to shoot me an email or give me a comment. I'm really interested in hearing about that. And then the other piece that I want to talk about is technology services. So as I think you all know, there's been a real push in this virtual world to address student needs in terms of laptops and hotspots, connectivity, wireless connectivity that they need. And I think Student Senate is well aware of those efforts that technology services did at the end of the spring semester through the summer and now for the fall. And then I think you're also probably aware, I don't know if Kimani has come to Student Senate and talked through the technology grants that are available as well. So Ellie, I don't know if that's someone you want to bring Kimani along to talk through Student Senate. You guys have powerful voices with your student colleagues. And so I think it's important for you to know the funding that's available for assistance for all of our students who are facing hardship. There are grants for all kinds of things through COVID federal funding that are available to students. Since that funding became available, we've given $1.7 million out directly to students in direct grants. A grant, it's not a loan. You don't owe it back. The latest version of that was we are now including a grant for technology. So originally it was for things like food insecurity or rent or car breaking down, things like that. We've also added now, you can get, I think it's up to $800, maybe that's right, $700 or $800 as a direct grant to you, the student, if you qualify for it, for the purchase of technology. So for the purchase of a laptop and or like a wireless hotspot. At the same time, we're also continuing to loan them out to students. So there's two methods that students can get the technology they need. If you don't have it on your own, you can reach out to the financial aid office, and they have a really fast, simple process for you to go through, fill out a form, and if you qualify, either get a loaner laptop from Technology Services or get a technology grant that you can go buy your own laptop that you own then. So two ways to do that, really important. And then the other thing about that is the connectivity. So just because you have a laptop doesn't mean you have Wi-Fi, right, or other cable at home. So you can come on campus and use the Wi-Fi there. I think you should know you can also pull into all the parking lots at all of our campuses, and we're broadcasting our Wi-Fi signal out to the parking lots. That's the second method. And there's two, and you may have known about those if you were around last year, because we broadcast those pretty widely. The other two things is the college has now joined what's called EduRoam, and so it's like a membership service, and people who have Wi-Fi widely spread can join this, and then you can go to other locations. So there's thousands of locations across the world in 100 countries, including like coffee shops and other colleges. So the UW system is also, many of their colleges are members for this too. So you can go on campus UW-Madison, search in Wi-Fi for EduRoam. It's EduRoam. And when that Wi-Fi pops up, your Madison College login will get you in. So you can use that on UW-Madison campus. You can use it on UW-Platteville campus. There's a number of them. So really easily you can go on the Tech Services webpage and you could just look for that, and they'll give you that. And then the other thing that we're doing is we're looking at expanding our Wi-Fi access points, WAPs. So we're looking throughout the entire district and mapping where there are existing Wi-Fi networks and where the college might be able to install a network on like our K-12 partners, libraries, Boys and Girls Clubs, YMCAs. We will put our equipment at those locations where many of our students are likely to have some interaction or be near, so that there's even more Wi-Fi access. And again, the access will just be your Madison College login. You don't need a special password or code. It's just whatever your, I love the Brady Bunch background, man. That's great. So it looks like to all of us anyway, right? So there's a number of different ways that Technology Services is doing that. If you've read that there's a supply chain problem with the availability of laptops, that's true, there is. And so we originally had an order of laptops that was not going to be delivered on time. The Tech Services people did a great job. There's 1,000 laptops that were going to be delayed that were supposed to be in last week. They found a different way to procure them. Now there's 600 laptops that are available. Those other 1,000 are coming in over the next 2 weeks. So we should be really well set that no student should have a digital equity problem, a digital divide problem. We should be able to get you the hardware for the laptop and solutions for connectivity. And then the other piece that we've been doing is loaning out these little hotspots. If you've seen these, you've seen these little hotspots. It's just a private little Wi-Fi network. So it's either a Verizon or Ellie's got one. I'm in my basement, like in a cement bunker, so I need one too. But those are also available, and those are loaned out to students as well. So I just wanted to let you know, obviously this is the world that we're forced to be in right now, like it or not, which means there's a lot of detriment to students some students in a new way of learning. They're not comfortable with, they don't have the technology, whatever. If you or you know of anyone who has a technology barrier, please, the college will absolutely address it. So I'm just sort of stressing that because here we are in the first week, and I'm certain there are still some students who are like, how am I supposed to do this? I don't have a laptop. I can't afford one or whatever. There are a number of different ways. So no student at Madison College should go without technology. And I think those are the big things I just wanted to touch base on. No, that's all right. So then
Senator Jones had a question. Senator Jones.
Well, before my question, just as the point of order, because the time is up, I was going to make a motion to extend by 5 minutes.
I
Okay.
second that.
All right, seconded by Zybel. All those in favor, do the hand raising feature. All right. You can put them down. Then all those opposed, put them up. And obviously we had 7. You've got 5 more minutes. Go for it. We'll get better at this. We will.
So those are the updates I wanted to give you, actually. So rest of my time we can spend on questions that you may have for me. And if I don't know them, I will get them and get them back to you.
Was Senator Jones?
Just to go to my question, is UW-Madison still honoring the student contracts to allow Madison College students to use their libraries, like Memorial Library, for instance?
I do not know, and I'll find out.
Because I know a lot of students that live downtown could use that a lot more conveniently for Wi-Fi and technical needs.
I'll get that answer to Ellie.
Thank you.
Thanks for the question, Jonathan.
Anybody else have any questions? All right. I guess not. Well, I appreciate all the new responsibility and roles that you're now doing, and appreciate appreciate all the work the school is doing in general. So
again,
thank you.
Any questions? I'm fine if you guys want to email me directly. You can send them through Ellie or Sean. I'll get you an answer on the library one ASAP. All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, good
See you later.
evening, I guess now.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye. You're a great day. All right. Now, moving down the list, we've got other public comments. Brittany Campbell, the student liaison to the District Board of Trustees on racial inequity. You've got 5 minutes.
Thank you. My name is Brittany Campbell. As Sean said, I am the student liaison to the district board, and I have the privilege to communicate student concerns to them and collaborate with the Student Senate along with many other entities on campus to meet the needs of the students at Madison College. On July 13th, 2020, the Board of Trustees presented a resolution that denounced systemic racism in all forms and reaffirmed the mission of the college to serve the evolving needs of our diverse community. As student leaders, we need to be active participants in advancing and implementing a sustainable system and practices that prepare and support all students with their development and growth. As a mother of a biracial teenager who has experienced racism firsthand at school, I seek to address the inequalities and injustices all too commonly found in society. My hope is to work as hard as I can to make her future brighter. She and every other human should not have to be afraid to leave their homes and wonder if they are safe. She should not have to witness others being targeted for nothing more than being who they are. As part of the Exploration Committee, I've strengthened the connection between my role and the student liaison as the student liaison and had the privilege to work with the leaders of the Student Senate. The research we have done has shown there is a problem here at Madison College. The administration, faculty, and staff we have spoken with express many different ways the college is implementing strategies to move us forward in a more equitable, diverse, and inclusive campus, including, but certainly not limited to, providing access to more diverse programming, reevaluation of petition processes, and creating more safe spaces to discuss challenging issues. Know that we do not have all the answers, but we have gathered information from reputable sources to support this proposal. We do not take this issue lightly, and each of the members of the committee has brought a unique perspective, broadening our scope of research. We seek acknowledgement, the opportunity to educate, and implement strategies that will keep us moving in a more unified direction. Please appreciate the time and effort put forth by this committee while considering the proposal, and I encourage you to vote to add racial inequity as an initiative to the Student Senate. Thank you.
Thank you, Brittany Campbell. Do we have any questions at all? We've got, it looks like you've got a couple of minutes left for your 5 minutes. Senator Jones?
I just had a question regarding our definitions with the proposal for racial inequity. Obviously, this is probably going to be something that will be talked about further in depth later on. I just wanted to understand exactly how we are defining things that are being presented as racial inequalities rather than inequalities due to other issues such as class, such as geographic location, such as other inherent characteristics or other potential issues or obstacles that a person may experience. I just want to make sure that we're actually honing in on the issue of racial inequality itself rather than trying to solve everything and anything that we could possibly get our hands on in the pursuit of racial equality, because that's just going to dilute down the actual action itself, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to know what our focus points would be for this initiative itself and how we are defining what we are actually trying to mitigate and resolve.
I can't fully answer all of those questions, I'm sure to your liking, but from my perspective, the goal is never to solve everything. I think the goal is to work with the school, the administration, other student organizations on campus to collectively work towards solving these issues. Obviously, you can't only say that one thing is a problem for every individual student. There's always going to be other factors that have added to where things are for those individuals. However, I think we would be remiss if we didn't join in the fight to make things better.
Oh, no, I absolutely agree.
So yeah, I guess I'm not. Maybe someone else can give
this
you.
was definitely more of a rhetorical sort of think on
Okay.
a question with forming this initiative, is that if we're going to have actionable steps to take towards solving a problem, we have to be able to define the problem directly. And something especially as nuanced as racial inequality or racial conflict in general or obstacles, you definitely tend to tread into territories where you have overlapping nuances that can easily build up. And I want to make sure that if we're taking on an initiative, it could be as successful as possible. That's all I was saying. So I
think, sorry if I may say, just that by making it initiative and then allowing a committee to formally be made, that type of question can then be answered. I think it's difficult for an exploratory committee to give those answers because we can't do action. We can't come up with any solutions before it becomes an initiative. So I think that is more a question that would be addressed by then the future official committee on what steps and keeping it within the scope that is intended. But
I'm gonna have to have someone make a motion to extend the time. If Senator Jones, if you want to answer that question or not, because we have gone past the 5-minute mark here.
I actually had my hand up to make a motion to extend.
Oh,
So
okay. Well then,
discussion.
yeah. How long would you like to extend it for then?
I'm sure just 5 minutes. I just had one more question to follow up with that.
All
I
right,
second that.
all right, seconded by Senator Zebel. All those in favor, do the hand raising feature, please, now. All right, you can put the hand raising feature down. And all those opposed, put the hand raising feature up now. I don't know, yeah, now put it up. And down, and any abstentions? All right, I only counted 5, so it does not pass. And looks like we have to keep moving down the list then. I've never had that happen. So all right. Okay, so then we're going to go into officer and committee reports. Executive Council report, President Green. We have been talking again just about the fall, talking about virtual office hours, which Ellie Advisor Rome will go in more detail about, and really just getting the agenda set for the next upcoming weeks. So nothing very specific to talk about or bring up. So that concludes my report. And moving down to admin and finance with VP Rubio.
Hi, everybody. So I just wanted to say that I will have a log sheet here by Sunday night. By the time everybody has to log, I'll send out an email with the new link for it, so you'll have it there. I'm sorry I don't have one right away, but that will be there as soon as possible. So that concludes my report.
Thank you, VP Rubio. We have a vacant for legislative and rules, team development committee, VP Moreno.
Hello everyone, hope everyone's having a good day so far. So my report consists of the virtual movie night event that is currently planned for by the team development at the moment. It's just to see if everybody filled out the availability time. I know some of you already did, and also answer the email for, with which gift card friendly store snack works best for you and which movie would you like. I do have a few senators that already answered that question, but I'm still, I'm wanting to open up again the reminder just to see if everyone has a say on, which movie we might be able to see. And it's only that, check your emails and reach out if there is anything else you need from me. I think that's my report for today.
All right, thank you, VP Moreno. Public Relations Committee, that's vacant. Moved on to special reports with Advisor Rome.
My report is very brief. Happy fall semester. We are starting over again, which is always fun and exciting. I just wanted to remind everybody that your points start over along with everything else for the semester. So everyone is at 0 points today. There were several folks who would have been at risk of losing their Senate seats over the summer because of not logging those office hours. Because we have the whole semester, those definitely add up quickly. So make sure that if you have any issues accessing the log or what you're supposed to be doing, how to do it, that you reach out to VP Rubio, VP Moreno, depending on sort of what your question is. If it's logistics, Rubio would be happy to help. If you're confused about the resources or training or need more information, definitely reach out to VP Moreno. Other than that, if you have not yet got your 2 committees or councils appointed, we need to get those ASAP. The officers want to be reaching out really soon to get schedules coordinated. Their mission is to get those meetings scheduled in the next 3 weeks. So if you do not have 2 committee or council appointments, you need to complete the Senator appointment form, which I'm going to post the link in the chat right after this. So my request is that you do it by noon on Wednesday, September 9th, because the exec team will meet later that day and they can review it by then. So that is my report.
Thank you, Advisor Rome. Student Activities Board, we do not have a meeting until the 18th of September, so I have nothing to report there. Housing accessibility update, that's currently vacant. Digital equity update, Senator Zevell, do you have a report?
Well, I did have a report, and then Mark came in and pretty much took my report over. I guess I have one thing real fast. Let me find that from Kimani real fast. He did say that 1,161 students received the technology grant for fall of 2020. The amount that was awarded was $986,000, and we've spent $1,017,000 in CARES funding for fall alone. He also mentioned he does not suspect the technology grant being available in spring 2021. He said from an FA lens, the cost of a computer is allowable under supplies. However, the accessibility to fund for each student is not guaranteed. So we are not sure if that grant is available in spring 2021, but it is there as a hopefully it will happen kind of thing, but it's there in case. So I'm not too sure what they had in mind with this grant, except giving students money. I don't think they've really thought this too much through, except, hey, here's $850 for technology. So, I mean, that's basically everything I have on reports. If you have a hotspot, I was informed by Verizon, they aren't as good as US Cellular, so they're trying to drop that. So if you have a hotspot by Verizon, I would try to just get a US Cellular one, just to stop any bull crap from happening on your end and to have better connection area. But other than that, that ends my report.
All right, thank you, Senator Zabel. Textbook affordability committee. We don't have anything. Senator Fisher.
Sorry, just a quick question for Senator Zabel. And I might have it wrong, having listened to Mark's report earlier in the public comment section. Was it the technology that was delayed? There was like a delay in technology. Was it the laptops that I heard?
Yes, we had 600. It was either 600 was delayed and we had 400, or 400 was delayed and we had 600. It was either or of that thing, but we did have a delay in that. But then they got, I believe, 1,000 more on expedited shipping, they said. So there's more coming real fast.
So if I have it right, then the ones that were delayed have now been delivered?
Yes.
Okay, and now there's even more to.
And there's more coming. Yes, sir.
All right. Great. Thank you for that.
Perfect.
Awesome. That concludes your report, right, Senator Zabel?
Yes, sir.
All right, and nothing for textbook affordability. And it's vacant. Regional and Metro campus reports. Reedsburg is vacant. Watertown is vacant. Portage, Senator Runge, you have a report at all?
Yes. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Sherry Cunningham is our new Portage Campus Student Engagement Committee advisor. She was advising in Reedsburg. She's going to take on Portage, and she sent out an email. We haven't met as a group yet, so we're just working out those logistics. I have a meeting scheduled with our new testing coordinator and academic advisor, Kelly Scholes. And I have a request in for meeting with Sherry Cunningham and Renee. And Portage has a new PTK representative, one of our students. So we were going to make those all sort of happen at once. So we're working on that. Our food pantry has reopened. Our pickup methods are allowing students who are on campus to have the option of, like we did last year, just sort of going and picking up what they need when they need it. Students may also request staff prepare a package for them. It came to my attention that we've only got about 25 students coming into the campus for the classes that are going to be live there, so that excludes a lot of students. So they have this option of calling and having the staff put the items together that they're requesting, very personalized, so that's kind of nice. We did send out welcome bags for new students. One of the students who was on our leadership student engagement committee did that on Tuesday morning, so we were able to at least do a little bit fun committee. That is everything, unless anybody's got a question.
All right. Well, we like fun, so that's a good thing. Well, thank you, Senator Runge. I appreciate that. Ferd Atkinson is vacant. Goodman South is nope. Well, I guess it still is technically Senator Said, go for it. Do you have a report at all?
Nope, I don't have a report. Thank you.
Okay. Sounds good. Now College Assembly and Council reports. College Assembly, next meeting is on the 17th of September, and so nothing to report there. So continue going down. Academic Council is vacant. Hold on one second. All right, and now Diversity and Community Relations Council, Senator Boyd.
I don't have an update. We don't have our next meeting scheduled, and we haven't met since my last report.
All right, sounds good. Facilities and Planning and Investment Council, Senator Willis, do you have a report?
No report.
All right, thank you. Finance Council is Senator Ziegler. Is he on? No, doesn't seem like it. All right. Information Technology Council, Senator Zidell. Do you got anything else for us?
No, sorry.
Okie dokie. Institutional Effectiveness Council, Senator Ruggie. You got a report for us?
Not much to report other than there's nothing new to report since last meeting. We are scheduled for a remote meeting again on Wednesday, September 16th from 2 to 3:30.
All right. Thank you very much. And Professional Development Council, Senator Willis, do you have a report for us?
No report other than our first meeting for this fall semester will be held on September 21st.
Awesome, September 21st. And then Student Affairs Council, VP Moreno, I think that's the newest one so far. Do you have a report for us?
No report today.
All right. And now moving down to old business items, and it should, have the special committee there. So I'm just trying to, a point of privilege. I don't know what copy, the copy I think I'm looking at, I thought it was on SharePoint. I don't know which copy. So I'm assuming that when you're referring to it, you're talking about special committee being in old business. Is that correct? All right. So then the thing that's up is the special committee on racial inequity update and presentation.
I would motion to untable the racial inequity conversation.
Okay, is there a second to untable the discussion on racial inequity?
I second that.
Seconded by Senator Zabel. All those in favor then, or any discussion? All right, all those in favor, please use the hand raising feature now. All right, and you can put it down, and just for the heck of it, all those opposed, you can put your hand raising feature up now, and down, and abstentions, and it's passed. Okay, Lucas. So then I will begin with my remarks then. From what I have to say in the committee. Here we go. It was a little over a month ago that I proposed the idea of adding racial inequity as an initiative to the Student Senate. After some initial discussion on the subject, it became clear that more information was needed as to whether there was indeed a problem of racial inequity going on within Madison College. So a decision was made to refer the subject to a special committee and therefore table any further discussion until at such time the committee could provide relevant and compelling information to properly answer these questions. Many options on how to accomplish this were thoroughly explored, and numerous meetings were held with instructors, faculty, and college administrators from within the Madison College community. The special committee went as far as to seek out students that have either attended or are currently attending Madison College to hear firsthand what they experienced while at our college. What the committee found was that unfortunately racial inequity is alive and well within the Madison College, doing what it does best in altering the futures for students, limiting their true potential. Let me also add to that and say that this is not just happening to us. Racial inequity is happening and affecting all 16 Wisconsin technical college systems within the state. So I feel strongly that the Student Senate has the opportunity right now to assist in putting real effort into addressing problems that have happened in the past, managing and realigning the mistakes in the present, and maintaining accountability for any issues that may arise in the future. You will hear more from each of the committee members here about the information they have also found on racial inequity, but you will also in the next coming weeks be presented with the data and research at the upcoming General Assemblies by some of our guests. So before I hand it over to Senator Said, let me just leave everyone with what one fellow student commented on from the student satisfaction inventory data that was gathered in this last spring of 2020. It states, I find it very unfair and discriminatory that ethnic studies courses are provided and the options are all extremely narrow. I could not find one that would not discriminate against me and is very unfortunate. I do not feel safe being in a class with blatantly biased coursework that would put me at a disadvantage for my unchangeable characteristics. I do not feel welcomed in these classes and it makes me very upset. Madison College has been great, and it is unfortunate how my view is altered due to this problem. Please find a way to either create new courses that are more inclusive of everyone, regardless of sex, financial background, political background, and skin color. If I'm required to take this type course, I expect that it is inclusive of me. Senator Said is supposed to take over from here. And yeah, can we save all the questions until the end of this presentation, please?
Hi, can you able to hear me?
Yep.
Okay. So I care about international students and my focus is on students. I came to the Student Senate because I'm concerned about problems being faced by the students, and I know what it feels like to be an international student in a different culture. I came to the United States less than 3 years ago, and in the next 3 years, I hope to become a naturalized citizen. I know what it feels like to grow up in another country and learning English as a second language. I know what it feels like to leave my place of birth, where I've spent most of my life, and now living in a new place. There should be some checks on other organizations operating throughout the Madison College to ensure that everyone is treated equally. It is the right of every student to be treated equally. We work for Madison College, thus we represent the student population, and we realize we cannot solve racial inequality everywhere, but we can help solve things in Madison College. Thus, we came up with establishing a racial inequity special committee to tackle racial inequity and to make sure every student is given the same opportunity to succeed in their desired path, no matter what color or what religion. We would like to tackle racial inequity together. One of the ideas which might be helpful in fighting against racial inequity is we could establish a panel where minority students' needs are taken into consideration and a place where students could express their feelings freely and a place where they could feel safe talking about it. This way we could come up with specific issues and school leadership will work on it. Finally, I would like to conclude by saying this is the time to stay united and let's vote for a change. Now you will hear further from Senator Fisher. Floor is yours.
Thank you, Senator Said. You know, recently there was a Black assistant professor at the university in California that was impacted by racial inequity. This actually happened a few days ago. She was asked by some campus security to verify that the home she was standing in at the time was in fact her residence. This is a microaggression. Her brother faced what could be interpreted as a macroaggression since he was actually detained pending the further information just for being Black on a campus. So Racial inequity and injustice is rampant across the nation. And unfortunately, for this beautiful city on an isthmus, our community is not exempt from these issues either. With many campuses around, it is our responsibility to answer the call on behalf of other students to address both macro and micro racial inequities in our own jurisdiction. According to an article called Racial Equity and Justice in Educational Sections, quote, equity celebrates reductions in harms, revisions to abusive systems, and increases in support for people's lives and life chances are as reported by those who have been targeted, end quote. And I'm just going to ask that that entire article be entered into our record, made available to all senators to read. There is the handbook on measuring equity in education, which also has some referential information that I would like to also have entered into our records for all the senators to read. More locally, Race to Equity is a report that focuses on Dane County. It was generated back in 2016, which I would like to have the report entered into our records for all of us to read. Here are some statistics. Wisconsin is the third worst state for Black and white median household income. So they're comparing blacks to whites and median household income. Wisconsin is ranked as the 7th worst state in disparities comparing blacks and white home ownership. Wisconsin is the 4th worst state comparing blacks and whites devastated by infant mortality. And I would also like to add that while the rate is not the lowest for blacks in this chart, the gap is one of the largest in the chart compared to other states in the nation. The Wisconsin Equal Rights Division has experienced significant budget cuts between 2018 and 2019 to the tune of about $1.5 million in the last 10 years since it was measured. So what is the connective tissue to all of this? Even though we're talking about home ownership and infant mortality, it's all actually sort of connected to education. I'm looking at the big picture here. We come to school, higher education, in order to increase our earning potential. That increase in earning potential gives us greater access to things. Our capital is used to live in safe neighborhoods or get appropriate health care, for example. So if someone drops out of their school because their school did not have what they needed, because there's a nationwide problem with racial inequity, well, that's one more person of color who does not graduate. There's a domino effect, and that domino is in effect for the rest of their lives. Let's put an end to it here at Madison College. In order to do anything meaningful, I support the Student Senate formation of a new initiative to come up with a plan that will keep us up to date and on track on the current situations concerning racial inequity in academia. We know from data that there is an imbalance regarding the current and future prosperity for our students of color. So a student-led initiative such as this would help assess and recommend changes to the system as a first step in adjusting the scales. We certainly cannot, let me just give you a couple of reasons, and because there's so many reasons to form this committee. There's so many. Let me give you a few. Number one, we're going to send a clear and united signal speaking from the student voice that this is an important issue. Number two, we really can't overcompensate for racial inequity since historically there's been a significant divide. Number three, we must put our names on bills and resolutions that will demonstrate to the entire student body how important and serious that we stand on these issues. Number four, we'll have a mechanism that can also hold the school accountable to its own mission to do the very same. We will have the ability to form new and long-term relationships or partnerships with relevant groups in addressing racial inequity. Ultimately, it will be an educational experience for all students, including non-minority students, helping to guide and inform our words and actions as we mature into our careers. This initiative is long overdue, but it is better to be late than to never show up at all. I really want you all to be a part of something amazing. This has the potential to have a tremendous positive impact for our entire student population. While unanimous decision is not a requirement for this vote, I hope that it is something that we can achieve for this specific initiative. I am now going to turn it over to Senator Boyd for some closing remarks. Senator Boyd.
Thank you. I grew up in Stevens Point, and it wasn't until 3rd grade that I had my first class with a non-white student. Race wasn't openly talked about or addressed. There was what felt like a stigma around talking about race. It wasn't until I moved to Madison about 15 years ago that I was able to start having more meaningful conversations with a more diverse population. And through that, I started to learn more. It was uncomfortable at first. I made a lot of mistakes, but fortunately I had a social circle that was willing to correct me and help me learn. As I've mentioned in the past, I have 3 children, 2 of whom joined my family via adoption. Part of meeting the state's requirements to adopt included coursework and training on transracial trauma. This was an integral part in shifting my lens, and while feelings matter, there comes a time when data demands recognition. Student Senate has historically done an exceptional job at creating initiatives to address the basic needs of our students. We've helped serve our students by establishing a food bank, a textbook rental program, and providing access to bus passes. However, we can't ignore the data from the following expert that strongly illustrates the disparity in student success within the Wisconsin Technical College system. Disparity in graduation rates by race and ethnicity is evident. For white students, the 6-year graduation rate is a little over 50%. For Black students, the graduation rate is just 28%, which is the lowest graduation rate among all race and ethnicity groups. Just over 39% of Latina students graduate. The difference in graduation rates are substantial. Just under 2,000 Black and Latina students earned degrees in this cohort. If Black and Latina students graduated at the same rate as white students, there would be over 3,000 Black and Latina graduates from the Wisconsin Technical College system. Given the underlying diversity of the Wisconsin Technical College system, closing the graduation rate gap could have a substantial and direct impact on economic opportunity of people of color in the state. There are many opportunities to better serve our students that could be developed by approving a racial equity initiative. Some possibilities are, we could develop an overview of significant credible concerns that either have already happened or are currently occurring and have an academic impact on Madison College students. We could assemble a list of actionable items to address concerns identified by Madison College leadership or by our own review. We could outline a procedure for how new claims or findings will be heard and facilitated. We could examine, in a general sense, the inherent problems affecting students of color. We could work with student organizations to help increase the awareness of racial inequities. We have the power to create a committee to better serve all of our students, and now's the time to do so. I'd like to thank all of you for your time and consideration, and we'd like to invite any discussion and questions any of you may have.
Senator Weiner.
Going off of what Senator Fisher said, I don't know if anyone's familiar with Madison Freedom Incorporated. They're an organization in Madison that deals with, gender issues, racial inequality, and they really get the community together and drive their efforts through people getting out and doing good things. I think it would be beneficial for either the Senate or Madison College in general to ally with them or ally with any local organizations that are looking to make a difference in the community. Sorry, I just ran up my stairs. But I think that it would be beneficial to ally with local communities or even like more broad communities that are like trying to actually make a difference.
Awesome, thank you. Senator Zibel.
All right, so I got 2 questions. One, Sean, you read something from a student, I believe, right? A student sent you that, the second thing you read. Okay, and he stated in there, I believe, that he said that there are not as much classes for international students or something along the terms of something about not having classes.
I can read it back again if that would make you feel better.
I mean, just that little part. Just I want to. If he's talking about is there's not classes for international students or abundance of classes for, I want to know the statistics.
I don't think that
proven?
sounds about this does not mention anything about international. This talks
He said something
about
class. What did he say class wise? I guess for
it might just be better. I do not feel welcomed in these classes. It makes me very upset. That's me speaking halfway through the thing. I don't know. Either you want me to just say the whole thing over again, and maybe you pick up what you want me to say, or I can just say what I see right now.
I mean, if there's nothing in that speech that says something about he stating about not having the amount of classes for.
I could not find. I find it very unfair and discriminatory that ethnic studies courses are provided and the options are all extremely narrow.
Okay. Yes. Is that statistically proven? Or is that something he's
just saying? I can't say it is statistically proven because I don't know.
Okay.
I can only say that this is what this is raw data from what students think. So
okay, yeah, I just wanted to see if it was statistical of or something like that.
There's an analysis team that looks into these
and if that's
and finds
on their end and that's exactly what it's showing, then I would totally agree with that then. And that I feel like was something I believe Torino would have. I mean, isn't she class wise and wouldn't she be the one to understand that? Anyways,
again, like I said, there will be presentations coming up here in the General Assemblies that will shed light on exactly everything, including what we're talking about right now. That would probably answer your question fully. I can't say.
Okay, yeah, no, that's no problem. I just want statistics of the thing instead of people just throwing things out there saying this and that, and I want to know if it's actually truth. Which then I guess, Senator Fisher, that goes along with what you said. I'm not doubting what you said. I just want to see. You said that the article about that police happening for the campus, you were going to send that in. Hopefully that was going to be sent in the chat, I'm guessing. Is that what you said? Was that what was going to be?
Yeah, you can speak, Senator Fisher, if he's. I think you're muted. I think you're muted. Okay. Well, if you can hear me, we'll get the documents to you.
Okay, yeah, I just because you said
obviously he's having technical issues. But
yes, I'm here. I'm having a number of technical issues. I did submit all of these reports that I wanted in the record prior to the General Assembly. So I would be happy to work with Senator Rubio or Senator Jones in making sure that we have a complete distribution of all of these things. I also was mentioning the race in the Midwest, which is another report. Some of those statistics I was issuing in part of my statement. There's an entire report as well that just is looking at the Wisconsin landscape. And I missed part of your question due to my technical issues. So if you could repeat your question, I'd be happy to answer.
Oh no, it was just more of if that was getting shared, if the link or reference to it was getting shared in the chat, because you mentioned something about, you said that he was on campus and he was arrested pretty much because he was black, and I want to make sure that's kind of what that's actually what the statement says, or if there's another reason, not just saying that he was because he was black kind of thing. You know what I mean? I just want to.
Yeah, I think in the beginning of my piece, I'm basically giving a personal character observation. And when I'm referencing specific reports or articles, I try to cite those things. This recent event that took place at a university in California, was my way of at least explaining that while it's something important in our area, it's not only our area that people are talking about these types of issues. These things are happening across the entire country. I can try to get you that article, though, if you're curious about, I believe it's Santa Clara University, this incident that I was talking about. But really, I was pulling from a recent news story to show that it's relevant. It's happening in a lot of different places, and it's happening, within
Pretty much worldwide, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I totally get that. Yeah, no problem. That's all
All
my
right.
questions then.
All right. And Senator Jones.
I was actually going to yield my time to Advisor Rome because I saw she had her hand up relatively around the same time I did.
Yeah. Did Advisor Rome?
Okay.
All right.
I just have a few questions regarding the committee's goals with the initiative itself and the goals of the initiative itself. So I understand this was an exploratory committee. Obviously, there's a lot of information finding with this. What has the committee come to the conclusion of the attainable goal of the initiative would be? Is this something that's going to be just an overarching, we stand against racial inequality in all forms, and we take on different measures to go, to help mitigate that issue? Like 1 year we'll deal with one portion, 1 year we'll deal with another. Are there actual steps that we're actually looking at focusing towards changing, mitigating, or relieving of the student body?
Advisor Rome, did you want to speak to that? Or
Yeah, to provide a historical context, in my 2 years working with the Student Senate, there have never been measurable goals outlined or created before an initiative has been adopted. Simply, the Student Senate has recognized that there is an issue from gathering information from students, and that has been enough to vote to add an initiative. So I encouraged the committee to spend more time doing the research to present a solid case to you than to do the work of the initiative committee itself, because a lot of work needs to be done. And I thought it would look not great for the Student Senate to sit in an exploratory phase for potentially the whole first semester, the whole first year, because it takes time to set goals, to gather feedback. And I think that's the job of the initiative committee.
Senator Fisher?
If I could piggyback off of Advisor Rome's remark there, I'm obviously very new here to the way that the Madison College Student Senate does business. And so I guess my only addition to that would be to consider some of the visionary statements left by Senator Boyd, who put out some ideas. I believe Senator Said also mentioned a few ideas, but I believe that during our exploratory committee phase, we were more concerned in gathering some specific data points, knowing that there's a GA coming up that's specific for the Student Senate that's going to address, more recent findings in Madison College. But we wanted to keep it open-ended. That way, if the initiative does pass tonight, then that initiative can set their goals and their mission and their agenda. We're just recognizing the inherent problem.
Advisor Rome, did you have your hand still up to say something, or can? All right, Senator Jones.
So a couple of things on both of those remarks. The first one being on the initiatives historically in Advisor Rome's tenure with the Senate not having direct actionable goals. I would absolutely recognize that. The time before then, we did actually require mitigating actionable steps. The reason why they weren't formed at the time, I couldn't speak to. My first year there being VP, it seemed that we took a different direction on the cusp of the referendum for the textbook rental policy. And for whatever reason, we never picked up from that. Regardless of that, I understand the fact that with something as overarching as racial inequity, or even any of the other initiatives that we've tackled recently, there is going to be a tough time bridging between exploratory and actually defining actionable goals. My concern with this in particular is that there is a large portion of the evidence that is focused on equality of outcome rather than equality of opportunity. And my concern with that is one is a measurable goal that we can actually make attainable steps towards. The other one is very subjective in terms of how we are attaining success. Both of those are going to be measured differently in terms of our metrics and how we are tackling those issues. If we're looking, for example, to improve our graduation percentages for students of color, that is going to be a different entirely conversation than opening opportunities in coursework and creating more opportunities for students to be able to attain that outcome, if that makes sense. So I would just like to put that in everybody's ear in terms of the discussion here. As the exploratory committee, I'm looking through a lot of the evidence that was provided, and I would like to thank Senator Fisher for sharing that. There is a lot to go through, so I don't want to speak too heavily on the analytics you all have gone through as well. I would just like to speak on the principle of the initiative itself and how we are going to go about actually attaining success in the initiative.
Senator Fisher?
We are out of time. I put it in the chat, but I'm not sure if you saw that.
Ooh, anyone want to have a motion to want to extend the time?
I make a motion to move or add time. My bad. It's 5 minutes. Add 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know what you guys want. 5. I'll go 5. I have 5 minutes. Add in 5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right. Is there a second? Is it Senator Ruggie? Is that a second, or do you have a question? Okay. Well, then, all those in favor, please use the hand raising function now. And you can put it down. And all those opposed, put your hands up now. And you can put them down. And any abstentions? I do not. I thought I saw 7 at the most. I can't hear.
I thought I saw 9, but I might have been wrong there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. Oh, 9. Well, then we got 2 against 1, so 9 it is. 5 minutes have been added to the clock. So, Senator Fisher, I believe you were speaking.
Yeah, I was speaking to the clock as well. I wanted to make sure that I was, thoughtfully addressing Senator Jones's remarks, especially with all of the experience that he's had with the Student Senate, and making sure that we are in proper order for taking on this very important, time-sensitive, critical issue today. If it's an issue of how it's framed, I'm not sure if we are in the best position to make the distinction from this angle. I don't know if an exploratory committee will ever be able to make that distinction when it comes to something like graduation. That's both an equity and an equality issue. And that's where I think that we sort of get into that hard place when, the vote tonight is about, well, should we continue to, work on this thing in a meaningful manner? We have to get it out of this exploratory phase. That way we can actually start looking at it and really start making those distinctions that Senator Jones has voiced. Because, other than that, we're just pulling together more and more secondary research. We can't do any primary research.
Senator Jones?
So to that point, I don't want to actually come off as if I'm speaking against the initiative being undertaken itself. My concern is with something as important as discrimination in any form against any characteristic inherent in the student body. We have to make sure that we are being effective as student leaders in defining how we are approaching and actually taking steps towards solving that problem. There was more of a discussion towards the future of the initiative itself and food for thought rather than a debate point, so to speak. So I do recognize Senator Fisher in providing that information and that point of view. I just wanted to clarify my position on that. The other issue I'm having with this is that if we are voting tonight on undertaking this initiative without having any sort of definable steps, except for the fact that Student Senate stands against racial inequity, it seems very, very not necessarily transparent, but flimsy in terms of what substantive measures we are actually standing against. In the age of political idealism, making statements such as we're against A, B, or C is very easy to do, but as a leadership and as a legislative body for the students here at Madison College, we have to make sure that we are going further than that. That was my only concern. So with that being said, I'll stop filibustering this whole conversation and move on. I just wanted to really make sure that I got that concern out there.
I just want to, I guess, lastly say it's a shame that timing with presentations didn't work out before having this General Assembly. I can say that talks have been had with Dr. Daniels and Tim Casper about making sure that we can have a student-run, a student-led type of accountability, a way of creating diversity, a way of making sure that the staff keeps their part of the bargain, and making sure that there's a safe environment where every race feels comfortable. I mean, there's a lot more laid down that has not been able to be presented because of timing, and that's where I say the timing, it will come up in the following weeks, but you're gonna have to wait and see it. If I could show you the information, I would right now, but it's all there, and it's being, there's been a lot of talks happening. Yeah. So that's all I've got to say to that. I don't want to make this just a thing where we say, let's do a good job. I want to say, let's do it with substance. It's not going to be a quick thing. It's going to be a long thing, but let's do something though. And I don't really know what's getting hit with all these things going on back and forth. What was the first thing said? What's the direction that we're going in right now? Yes, if that's what you think, make a motion. So, all right.
I don't recall whose hand was up first, though.
That's the thing. I think Senator Rugby's hand.
I was hoping to speak before we needed the time. So I do make a motion to extend the time by 5 minutes. And then and then I request an opportunity just to make one comment.
Okay. I'm gonna have to make that vote quick. I should put my hand down. All those in favor, raise your hand now. All right, and you can put your hand down. And just for time's sake, it passes. We've got enough. All right, 5 minutes added on. Go for it, Senator Ruggie.
I would just like to make, I guess, a comment and then a motion. The comment would be racial inequity doesn't come in a tidy little package. This isn't. I think this is a deeper issue than anything the Senate has ever taken on before. And I haven't been in Senate forever, but I've definitely looked into the things that our Senate has done. We've done some great things, but nothing like this. And I don't think that we can take this next step with just picking a direction. I think that there needs to be more work before we can actually have steps in place. So I would make a motion to move the exploratory committee on racial inequity to an actionable committee with the goal of determining steps the Senate can take. And I can type that up if you'd like.
All right. If what point of privilege? I have never seen that in the book before, so I have no clue of how to proceed on that. Should I just say ask for a second? I've never seen something of that nature.
Is this an ad hoc committee on racial inequity?
Yes.
Wanted that. Okay, what does that doesn't fall in?
I'm not sure if it's different than adding it as an initiative. The motion was going to be to add this as an initiative committee, which is an ad hoc committee of the student senate.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm not sure.
There are lots of hands up, I think.
Yeah, I see Jonathan's hand up. Says Jonathan, go for it.
I was just going to make a friendly editorialization to Senator Runge's motion to actually include the incorporation of racial inequity as an initiative with the creation of the ad hoc committee to pursue further exploratory measures, as what I believe was initially going to be the motion called to question today.
Yes. Senator Willis.
I was just going to say I'll second that.
Okay.
Senator Runge, do you accept the friendly amendment first? Okay, that was a yes.
Okay. So then Senator Willis seconds it. All those in favor of making racial inequity an initiative with making it as an ad hoc committee for please raise your hand. Do the hand feature right now. And put them down. And all those opposed, raise them up. And put them down. And any abstentions? And when we were at 8, does that not pass? Does that pass? I'm not good at math.
I thought there were more. I thought we were at like 10, 12.
Maybe I'm having latency issues. I'm trying.
It was 10.
Okay. Then yes, I'm having problems on my end.
Right.
Well, then the motion passes. This racial inequity is a third initiative of the Student Senate with the creation of an ad hoc committee. Congratulations, everybody. That's Jesus Christ. Okay. Jeez. Sounds
okay, man. Well, my head's been up the whole time.
I know. That's what I'm trying to say.
Before we even made this initiative pass, real quick, I had a question. Do we have something on the board that has a committee for this that we could chair instead of making it initiative ourselves, so that we could help or give them ideas, since they are the bigger, like Sheila said, this is a deeper issue. Wouldn't we be able to, work with the college board, if they had a committee for this, to actually get ideas out there and actually get them to do things? I don't know if they have a board or not or anything like this. I'm just asking, but.
Well, if I may answer for Senator Fisher answer, I mean, Lucia Nunez is working with that equity and inclusion. She's re-upping this whole plan for the school from 2016 to 2020 now. I mean, it's this big thing that she's going to be presenting, that she did present somewhat in the college community days. So yeah, there is stuff, but we don't know what yet. We just know.
So they're kind of making one up, and we're making one up as they're kind of. Is that how I'm seeing how this goes?
All right, we are out of time.
Point of order. I moved the previous question, just to end the debate.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Do I make a motion for that?
It's just to move. It's just to end the debate because
Okay.
we've
Okay.
done. It's passed, and
right.
we do have other business.
Exactly. All right. So then going on to new business. Bill number 3, Team Development Committee, VP Moreno, you've got the floor.
Okay, hello guys. So bear with me. Let's see if I can share and let me know. Okay. I mean, this one works. Okay. So hopefully everyone can see.
No, we can't see.
Wait, let me see it. Try again. My entire screen. I think that will work better. There, maybe?
Nope.
Not yet?
Nope.
That's weird. It should be able to.
No, it says she's leaving. Yeah, she left.
Wow, you bullied her by saying no the whole time.
Put your hand down, Eric.
Maybe I was stretching. Leave me alone.
Sean, you're muted.
Oh, thank you, VP Rubio. Do we try getting her back on, or do we move on?
I'm sure she's gonna come right back, right?
Let's give her a minute and a half.
No, I don't think it passed.
So can we move on?
Motion to postpone until, or to table until they're connected again.
Oop, there she is.
Motion rescind.
Barbara?
Hello. No, sorry. Is everybody able to hear me now?
I think it's maybe because you're a guest. Yes, everyone can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know what happened. When I tried to show it, it kicked me out of the meeting.
Try it now.
Don't try again. You're a guest. That might be why.
I just changed her to an attendee.
Okay. Then try. Just don't want to kick you out again.
Oh, it doesn't let me. It says only meeting and organizers can present and share.
Can you send it to me and I can present it then?
Yeah, of course. I had it
Or
open just in case.
or a specific location that you know.
So you have it. You reformatted it and sent it to us.
I did, but I think they deleted it. Oh, yep, I have it.
Perfect. Sorry about that. Part of this
But
technology
I think
issue.
it's the other version, but it is a version, and that's all that matters right now. So that said, sharing open, and bada boom. That's good enough.
Okay,
I know it's not. It's the old version. I mean, I don't have the new. Wait, I do. What's that one too? Hold on a second. There's the new version.
That's the new version. Thank you so much, Sean. Sorry about that,
Yep.
team.
All
Okay.
right.
So I'll start reading then. Okay. So Senate Bill number 3, resolved by the Student Senate of Madison Area Technical College that the following article is proposed. Use Student Senate funds to purchase gift cards for the Student Senate members. So in the Senate of Madison Area Technical College that they presented today, Thursday, September 3rd of 2020, Vice President Barbara Moreno introduced the following legislation, which was referred to by the Team Development Committee. So the formal motion is to allocate $225 to purchase gift cards to Student Senate members for a virtual movie night event. Section 1, primary reasoning, whereas the Student Senate is currently only able to meet virtually. Whereas the Student Senate has historically funded food for social events so that the Student Senate members can bond as a team and informally connect outside of the formal meetings. Whereas providing gift cards to members of the student will lessen the burden on them to purchase a meal or a snack to enjoy during the Senate movie night. Now, the Section 3, which is the additional information, there is an $800 in the Student Senate food funds. The team development current initiative consists of a movie night encouraging members to use the gift card to buy a meal of choice, which we'll share at the virtual gathering organized by the committee, where the members can join team bonding activities with other Student Senate members and their families. $15 gift cards will be purchased for up to 15 members of the Student Senate. If all members of Senate participate, $225 will be spent. The conclusion, be it enacted by the Student Senate of Madison College assembled that Student Senate supports to allocate $225 to purchase gift cards to Student Senate members for a virtual movie night event. Okay, so on that side, that's what the bill consists of. I think this is the time for discussions, if I'm not wrong.
I can't see Ellie's face, so I can't tell if she's approving or disapproving of me right now. So
someone can make a motion to pass the bill. There can be discussion after a second.
I move to pass the bill.
All right,
I second that.
All right, but all right. So then,
I see that Sheila and Jonathan
So
have.
now it's discussion. Yep.
Oh,
okay. I can't see anything, so I'm just gonna say who had their hand up for. All right, so Rangi.
Hi. I wonder what platform this is going to be on. I have some limitations. Are we doing this over this same platform that we're using now for the meeting? I don't have a TV. Like, how are we doing this?
The idea is to have it a sharing screen as well. I'll be the one that puts the movie and I'll share my screen. Hopefully it works at that time. I'll have it, checked on before the meeting. And yeah, you'll be able to see just as Sean is sharing the bill.
All right, so I'm assuming Senator Jones, you still have a question?
Yeah, I was just curious in terms of the procedure here. Are you going to be putting out a sign up for if senators are going to be available, and then when the date is actually made and we have RSVPs, then the gift cards will be purchased, or are you just purchasing 15 cards outright?
No, so the moment, just because of location and how the gift cards may differ if they work or not for the different senates, I did send an email that asked for which option of gift card friendly stores would work for you the best. And I also sent the when to meet to see which day would work best. But the dates that we have on the mind right now are between September 10th and September 20th. So that's like the big dates kind of that we're going through, but it should be one specific day during that time. Hopefully a Thursday and a Friday, just to make it kind of like a after night movie thing.
Okay, thank you.
Is anyone else have their hand up?
So Marcus and Senator Fisher, if I'm not wrong.
All right, VP Rubio.
So just to kind of clarify the, I guess, distribution of the gift cards, you'll kind of like ask options, and then like you'll just go to like target.com and then virtual gift card, add $15 on a certificate, and then just like send that to senators, and then they can just use their phones and scan it at stores, or?
Yeah, either that's the option, or we would just purchase the gift cards and mail them to the senators before the time of the event.
Okay. Yeah, I guess just for time's sake, like mailing might add more cost and all that. Like if virtual is an option, everybody has an email obviously, because we're all responding to each other, I would suggest that that's probably going to be a way to expedite once that gets to.
That's a great idea, actually.
The other
Thank you
thing
so much.
too, yep. The other thing too is, so during the quarantine, multiple friends and I tried to do, somebody share the screen of the movie, and it is so laggy. So I guess depending on,
Me and Eric did it, and it was the same thing.
yeah. So
I do know that there are other servers that you could just like click a link and it will send you to like the movie. It wouldn't be like Netflix party or this type of sharing where you would have a chat. It would just be that everyone's watching the movie at the same time. So
Okay.
we wouldn't be able to see each other or chat with each other, but we would all see the movie at the same time.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that was it. Thanks.
Perfect.
Senator Fisher. Do you have his hand up? From Barbara?
No longer.
I hit the wrong button.
Sheila and then Lucas.
All right. So then Senator Rungy.
I was going to comment on Senator Rubio's idea of sending it out electronically that would allow for that very rapid dissemination, and also without a TV, I also don't have postal mail. I know I live in the Ice Age here, but I don't have either one of those. That would complicate things for already complicated life that I have.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. No, we'll take that in mind, and I think that's a good option just time-wise. I think it's more efficient and quick. Yeah.
And Senator Sabranek.
So I kind of just want to make sure that I'm kind of understanding all this. So the gift cards are so the $225 is for to purchase snacks, and the gift cards are basically passes like kind of for the senators to, I guess, get like free like order a free meal, or kind of just want to understand how.
Yeah, so with the $225, we would buy a $15 gift card for each member of the Senate, and with that, you would get the meal or the snacks, either way you choose for the event.
All right.
And Senator Fisher has his hand up.
All right, Senator Fisher.
Sorry, I hit the wrong button before. Real quick, I just dealt with this with my honors project. Are we gonna run into like issues with like having a streaming, distribution thing? I'm more than happy to help the team development, do such a thing. I literally just did something similar. That was just my one concern regarding like having the right kind of distribution to have like a group.
I have an answer for that if I can speak in there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Typically, if you're showing like a video or film or something more publicly, you need sort of that distribution license. But we're treating it basically as if you are friends. You're not posting it outside of the membership of the Senate. So you're sharing just among friends, not for a profit, not as like an official program through the Student Senate, just some people getting together like you were watching it in your home. You just can't be in the same room together.
I understand it. I just wanted to throw that out there. I think that this is a really creative way of bringing the group together, and thank you for your hard work on this.
Sure thing. No, thank you. And I see Senator Sabranek has his hand up.
Go for it, buddy.
I don't know. Oh wait, sorry. I think I just forgot to take that down. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Sure.
Very good.
Time is up.
Oh, just in time.
Okay, so would we make a motion and vote on this, or
on the table?
All right. So my call
the question. Discussion has ended, so you can start voting.
Okay, I'm calling off names, all right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, VP Moreno.
Aye.
All right. You probably should put. Do I kind of put like a Y down for right now? What do you want me to put
Or
down?
an X. I think an X
X.
will work.
All right.
Marina's
X.
track, right? That's what we talked about.
What?
Senator or VP Moreno, were you going to keep track as
Yeah,
president?
yeah. I was gonna ask since Sean is the one that has the document up, should I just read and
Yep.
he will? Okay. Okay, I can do that.
Mike,
So
what do you want me to do?
VP Moreno, I say I, and then Sean, you would put the X for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you
VP,
read them off?
Yeah, so I just keep reading.
Okay, cool.
So VP Rubio.
Aye.
Senator Abdullahi, he is not here present.
Should I just put nothing?
So Senator Boyd.
Aye.
Senator Ohanin is not present as well. So Senator Fisher.
Aye.
Senator Jones.
Aye.
Senator Runge.
Aye.
Senator Sobranik.
Aye.
Senator Said.
Aye.
Senator Willis.
Aye.
Senator Winner.
It's Weiner.
Weiner,
And,
sorry.
As long as the movie doesn't make me cry, aye.
Okay, I'll take that in mind. Senator Siebel.
My mic was me. Aye.
And Senator Siegler is not in the meeting.
So it passes.
11 ayes in total.
All right, cool. So I'll send this off to you, and then you can then we're good to go on this, right?
I think
I'm
so,
just
yeah.
gonna stop sharing my screen right now. That's
Thank
what
you
I'm
so
gonna
much, Sean, for printing it up there.
do. No problem. All right, and then now that we've got that done, man, what a night! What a night. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so now we're going on to B, Vice President elections. So this is how it's gonna work out. Jenna's gonna go first, and then Aleem's gonna go first. Jenna, you've got 5 minutes to talk with. Then there's gonna be 5 minutes Q&A. Then Aleem, 5 minutes to talk, 5 minutes Q&A. If everything goes splendidly, then I'm gonna do the oath of office and read it all off, and then I'm gonna look at each one of you, and then you're gonna say I do or I don't, or I do or I don't. Everybody got it? Good. Okay. So, Jenna, you got 5 minutes to speak.
Okay. So my interest in VPLA opened up when the seat became available. It aligns a lot with my interests and where my goals have been, and I think where my strengths are as a person, as a learner. I'm very structure and rule oriented. I do well with learning rules, following them, implementing them. In the time since the seat has become available, I have been familiarizing myself with Robert's Rule, I'm sorry, my words aren't working. It's been a long night. The Student Senate Constitution and bylaws, and I've been trying to get prepared, anticipating, since we have the opening and that I had been holding an executive role, that it would be a good natural fit for Senate. I don't know that I have 5 minutes of fill. I feel like I've been fairly transparent in my time on the Senate with what my goals and objectives are, how I operate, what I'd like to see within the Senate. I believe it will be going up on the bio page soon. I was a little bit delayed in getting that information over. But what I'd really like to cultivate in my time in the Senate is offering transparency, offering opportunities for people to feel safe coming, communicating with me one-on-one in any capacity of things that they feel are going well, things that aren't going well, things they'd like to see. And I can't guarantee that that will, I'll be able to find a solution, but I'll certainly help talk through and offer any sort of support that I can lend. And I apologize, I don't have 5 minutes. I'm better at answering the questions. So at this, I would like to yield my time to open up the Q&A early. Am I allowed to do that? If I can do that, that's what I'm doing. So.
Yep. Senator Jones has a question.
Where do you think the Senate can currently improve in terms of how we operate within the domain of legislation affairs? So in terms of how we're adhering to parliamentary procedure, how we are conducting our business overall, anything that would land in the wheelhouse of VP in your purview, where do you think we could definitely have improvement?
That's fair. I think what's challenging is we're under a unique set of circumstances with the pandemic, right? So we're doing things a little bit differently. We're adapting as we can. I think that being on an online platform has introduced a unique set of shaking things up. So I think first I would like to revisit our online and virtual meeting etiquette. I would like to make sure that things can run more smoothly. As I familiarize myself with rules, it's definitely there are opportunities for improvement. I don't think it's necessarily a shortcoming of Senate as a whole. I think it's that we are adapting to new technologies, ways of meeting, ways of interacting with one another. And I think that having a clear set of here's how etiquette will go and here's how we can run meetings more smoothly, even if we just have a bullet point list that's updated and has it front and center, would be a first point of opportunity, I suppose. Does that answer? Did I cover what you're asking of me?
Absolutely, thank you.
You're welcome.
Senator Zabel, you have a question?
Yes. What is one thing you want to accomplish while taking this position, and what is one thing you want to start as taking this position? And hopefully it continues to grow on after you start.
Sure. So I think Elizabeth has been doing some work editing through bylaws, cleaning things up so that it's really readable and digestible in ways that our Senate can operate. And that's something I'd like to continue, making sure that the information that we have out there, the way that we want things to proceed is clear and well established and easily, not to be redundant, but again, easily digestible so that if somebody's new to Senate or if somebody is less familiar with ParlaPro, that they have a meaningful resource to look to and understand, oh, okay, this is how this works here, or this is why it's happening this way. And I think that could serve future individuals in this role just for something to be cleaned up and easily interpreted.
Cool. Any other questions? You have till 6:28. Technically. Wait, I think I got.
We are welcome. We do not have to use all of the time.
If there are no additional questions, or Katrina, do you have a question?
How comfortable are you with ParlaPro?
I'm familiarizing myself, so it is new for me, but I have been taking the time to read up on the Roberts Rules. I have been looking through the different documents on our trainings through the Senate website. So it is new to me, but I am confident that I can get up to speed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sean, you're muted.
Sorry, I did that because there was some weird feedback.
Okay.
But yes, you are muted, Sean.
Sorry, I was messing around with post-its. Okay. Are these hands up right now? Hands up of new questions, Katrina, or are we okay?
I was stretching, man.
Are we good with questions then? All right. So then let's move to Liam and get his stuff out, and then we'll do is that okay, or do you want me to do the vote right now? I say we do everything together and get it out of the way. Kind of combine it as a package. We have to do the.
I believe we vote on each separately. That's how it has been done in the past.
But we spoke about doing it. I would
together. Yeah.
I know.
We can vote here with the link I just put up, and then Aline will speak.
Okay. All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's. Jonathan, did you have?
Did it in the last round.
All right. Well then.
And time is up.
Okay. Click on the link. Only voting members. I appreciate you. I forgot your name for you being here this entire time. I think that's awesome. Only voting members. I just have to make that very clear. Hopefully, you will be a voting member. 2 more meetings from now, I would love to see you become a member. Honestly, I think that would be great. So everyone vote, and then Ellie, you tell me how that ends up going, and bing.
All right, unanimously approved. Congratulations.
Woo! Yeah. Celebrate good time. Come on. Okay. So Aleem, now I gotta readjust all my timing if I've done, but you got 5 minutes to speak and then 5 minutes for Q&A. So go for it, buddy.
Are you able to hear me now?
Yep.
All right. My name is Aleem, and I'm enrolled in liberal arts transfer program, and I'm interested in the VP of PR position because I have some decent knowledge about promoting a particular organization on social media platforms, and I've been with Student Senate for 3 semesters now, and I'm in the PR committee since the first day I joined Student Senate, and I feel confident enough that I would be a good fit in this role because I have some previous experience handling social media pages, and I have some really good ideas for promoting social media, for promoting Student Senate on social media, and I'm also prepared to dedicate my most of the time to Student Senate in order to gain more social media impressions. And I don't got a lot of words to say, but yeah, I would feel free to answer any questions if there's anyone.
All right, question time. Woo. Senator Fisher.
Real quick, do you have a good hashtag already ready to go?
Well, at this point, I don't have a proper hashtag for Student Senate. I'll have a good one. Don't worry.
We'll check back in with you then. Any other questions? What's in the chat here? Is it the link? Oh, like nice. All right. Well, I think I've got something. Okay, here we go. What aspects, Aleem, what aspects are you most confident in, and what will be the most challenging aspects in the position of public relations for you?
Yeah, so the aspect I am aware of is how to gain interest of students in particular, and because I've been reading some blogs about how to promote stuff in school, and one of the hardest challenges in the VP of PR position for me would be handling Twitter, because I haven't used Twitter before, but I'll be starting using it soon. So yeah, I don't see any big hurdles in front of me right now. Does that answer your question?
That answers the question perfectly. I'm very happy with that answer. And with that being said, if there are no other questions, I really do think that Advisor Rome should drop that link in the chat box, and we should all do a little vote quick and get you all elected up in here. So what's up with that? Senator Jones, do you have a question?
Just as a point of privilege, when we have somebody that's presenting, especially on something we're voting on, we should keep the chat to a bare minimum if possible, just to questions and things relative to the speaker, just as a matter of respect. It would be as if we're talking during their presentation live.
I agree. Senator Zibel, question?
What is your biggest accomplishment you're trying to achieve?
Am I okay? So the biggest thing I want to do is I want every student to like be aware of student senate, because like I know most of the students use social media, and that's a really it's a good way to reach students and say, hey, we are student senate, and we have done this, and we are trying to do this. And if you are interested in this role, you might join the student senate. And I think that is a powerful way to speak up as of right now, because we are everyone is online, and there's no one like, no, I wouldn't say there's no one attending school, but um, many of the people are right now on social media or on online stuff. So it's a really good time to get more followers and more senators into Senate through social media, if that answered your question.
Senator Fisher?
Real quick, I just wanted to apologize for breaking decorum and not having a more serious question. My serious question, Senator Said, is would you consider providing or collecting or just, finding a way to somehow manage the metrics that you're generating from social networking posts, either be it, impressions on Twitter or likes or other forms of reactions from various networks? Would you consider that?
Yep, sure.
To Senate?
Yep. I'll try to have all the impressions on the pages, and I'll try to present every month if possible. So we could be aware of how many followers do we have, and what are the like percentages we are having on the pages. Is that sound fair?
Thank you.
Yep.
Alrighty, let's do the vote now. Please link in the chat box, fill it out. And advisor room, you let us know.
All right, once again, unanimously, I am happy to announce that we have another vice president. Congratulations.
Yeah, woo! Okay, then now this is where I'm gonna read off the thing for both of you, and you guys are gonna say I do. All right, that's how that's gonna go down. So let me pull up the oath of office or whatever. All right, here we go. Do you solemnly swear to do your civic duty to serve your college, your community, and most importantly, your fellow students in a democratic fashion, that you will treat all people equally and fairly, that you will strive to create a student senate which is welcoming to everyone, that you will protect and defend the rights of all students, that you will listen, speak out, and act in ways which will empower all students, and that you will carry out all of these tasks to the best of your ability. Jenna?
I do.
Aleem?
I do.
All right. Power vested with me. No. Congratulations, you guys. I'm happy to have 2 more officers. Clap, 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 clap. Now, let's go down to non-business housekeeping items. Virtual Senate office advisor room.
All right, so sorry about the sirens in the background. Hopefully that's not too loud. So I created some, or am in the process of creating some guidelines. They are not quite complete yet. My intention was to send them out before tonight's meeting, but that did not happen. So I think I have figured out the platform and the plan for hosting a virtual student senate. And if it's okay with everyone, I'm going to request that you do a very thorough read of an email that I'm going to send out and respond promptly. Because I need input from all of the senators about when you are available to sort of staff the Student Senate virtual office. I hope that I will write everything out as clearly as possible, and then we can have this agenda point on non-business again next week to answer any questions. I don't want to present the whole thing because I think it takes a little bit of digesting to read it, and I did not send that out ahead of time. So that's my proposal. Read thoroughly, respond to me, and then we'll discuss again next week.
Awesome. That sounds great. All right, announcements. Okay. Well, you can wait till I'm done with my announcements. All right. Get your office hours done, please. You know the drill. I'm not gonna have to say it. Please check all of your Teams, your email, our communication link. Please get any and all documents that are relevant to Communications Coordinator Senator Jones. He is the dude. Give them to him. Listen to him. Get him done. Now, Eric, you got something you'd like to say? You may say it. Oh, and then Jonathan after that.
Cool. All right. So I just got an email from Sean, and I was hoping you guys could help me if any feedback whatsoever. Real quick, yeah, he wants to know if anyone can share their impressions and any examples you have on communications you've seen or received from the college on what they've been doing so far, laptops, digital equity, and so on. If you have any feedback, I guess you don't have to say it right now. Send me an email if you want. Just save time here. If you know anybody that said something to you, or you have any comments about how everything's going, everybody would love to hear from the student standpoint what is going on and how it's going. So if anyone's got anything they want to say or anything, just send me an email. That's about it.
Jonathan, and then Advisor Rome, and then Jenna.
Okay, so I only have a few announcements here. One, just piggybacking off of the reports. For summer, it was a little bit more lax, just given the time frame, but we really have to make sure that if you have a report that you're presenting to GA, especially if it's intensive in terms of detail, please get that to me by Sunday, the Sunday of the week of the meeting. So if we were talking about for this meeting, it would be this upcoming Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So that way I can properly compile everything on time for our minutes. Secondly, our bios and the pictures for them. I received quite a few, but I'm still missing some from some of you. I'm going to resend out the email requesting the information to everyone, so look out for that. In terms of pictures for the bio, you can communicate with me if you have any questions. Honestly, business to business casual, anything as far as a headshot goes that you feel comfortable representing you on the website. Speaking of the website, I'm running about a week behind due to personal issues, but I'm looking to get that up ASAP in terms of our new updated one. So whatever issues you're seeing right now are being rectified. They just have to be done behind the scenes until I can publish. And then last, a reminder to all senators in terms of affiliation of the Senate. We really have to just keep in mind that if we do have any interest in affiliating ourselves or collaborating with any community organizations, that they cannot be politically partisan in any manner, and they have to be within the operating scope and regulations of the Senate. So anything that would be considered unbecoming of a senator, that sort of action cannot be seen in a group we're collaborating with as well. So not necessarily saying anybody suggested that, just as a reminder for those of us that are new to Senate.
Awesome, and I would agree. Be good and behave. Advisor Rome, you had something to say, and then Senator Fisher.
I was just going to ask if Eric could send that email out to everybody so they can respond directly to what Sean Belling's question was.
I can sure do that.
Oh, and I think Jenna was before. Yep, I didn't forget. Sorry. All right, VP Boyd.
No problem. Just a heads up, I will be sending out an email to the Senate group regarding the free legal clinic offered at Madison College. So there's a volunteer lawyer through Legal Action of Wisconsin that can help with various issues. And that's something you can share with any fellow students. So that will be coming out to you, just so it's a heads up, you know, why am I getting this? So that's all.
Awesome. Senator Fisher?
Yes, just to Senator Jones's point, I've received the email today from Tim Casper about the Employee Handbook's Code of Ethics, being that it was just updated, specifically addressing campaign and election activities. So I'm just sort of underscoring or underlining that whole idea. I think it's real important to take a look at and make sure that we're following our duty as student senators, student employees, etc. Thank you.
I think, yeah. Okay, so Jenna, do you still have another question? Nick, can you? Okay, we're gonna like lower your hand down. Nick, your question?
I just had something to add. I was thinking while I was sitting here, the idea of the movie night. How would the college react to having a drive-in movie night at Truax?
We're already thinking about that. It might be.
Come on. I was looking up like places to rent them and everything, and I was like, it'd be cool.
The Programs and Activities Council is thinking about it.
Awesome. All right, that's it.
Cool. All right, Jonathan.
One last note on the sort of political affiliation piece. You are well within your rights as an individual to personally campaign and join whatever organization you see fit. We just have to make sure it's not representative as an affiliate to the Senate itself. I just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, exactly. And I appreciate you saying that. And Eric.
Would we be able to sponsor that drive-in movie if it happened? Or if they're making it, are they sponsoring it then? Is that how that goes?
We can talk to the Programs and Activities Council, like, I don't know, next week or something. Like, I don't know. It does remember.
Well, if we can sponsor it, I feel like that'd be a great idea to get our name out there and hopefully, you know, somewhat.
We can talk about that as an exec team of whether that's something one of the committees wants to do or someone wants to bring a bill. But
all right, and
so
okay, Senator Fisher.
I believe Senator Jones was before me.
Okay, Senator Jones.
Senator Fisher, if you have something to add in terms of announcements, you can go ahead, because I was just going to motion to adjourn.
Well, and I would second that motion.
All right. Then what? All those in favor, do the hand raising feature one last time. Oh, I just want to quickly say, is it Cameron? Correct? Is it Cameron? I hope to see
is
you
a
back
guest
here.
who might be speaking at a future meeting.
I
Not necessarily
hope to
interested
see
in
you.
joining.
I hope to see you again. I'm happy that you stayed to the entire thing.
Absolutely. I'll be here next fully to share something, actually, because you guys are saying a lot of stuff that's been like on my mind and something I want to share as well. So awesome. I'm excited.
Cool. Well, it looks like that passes. So I'll see you guys next week and have a good rest of your weekend and stay safe. Be safe. Have a good time. And bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Have a good night.